Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pathfinder Adventure card game scenario. This is scenario 4.1, the start of level 4. We're over at the Pleasure Barge with the character Damiel, where at this location, when you fail to acquire an ally, you are dealt 1d4 poison damage. Alright, Damiel likes his hand. He is now a mad scientist, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of the Ancients. And this is level 4, so the only change is that in the Blessings deck now, there are Curses of Withering. Okay, so Damiel encounters the Dava, Wisdom Survival 6. Damiel only has a Wisdom of D6. Let's see, it's an Animal Poison Basic. Well, very fortunate for Damiel, he has that power. You may recharge or reveal a card to add 1d6 to your check that invokes the acid or poison trait. Wow, so he's really fortunate here. So as it is, his wisdom check is a d6. And I can go ahead and reveal the soul stimulant to get myself an additional 2d6. Wow, so very fortunate. Let's see what happens. So yes, Damiel is successful, and he is able to acquire this ally and not take any damage. We'll go ahead and we will discard the Daba right away to explore our location. So exploring, and we get a Blessing of Pharasma. Intelligence, Arcane, Divine, 5 check. Damiel has an intelligence of D10 plus 3. So we will go ahead and roll, and hopefully not roll a 1. Okay, so we made that check right on the dot. And we'll use the Blessing of Pharasma to explore our location. Alright, starting strong. We get an Osirian Ancestor. Divine Charisma Diplomacy 8. Alright, so this is it's an undead incorporeal ghost. Well, unfortunately, Damiel only has a charisma of D4. He doesn't have Divine, and he doesn't have Diplomacy. And there's nothing he can do to get this ally. So it's going to be an auto fail. Damiel doesn't have any blessings or anything whatsoever. So since it's an auto fail, it'll get shuffled back in. See, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure that the boons I think just get banished. And I wonder if I've been doing that right. Well, you can let me know in the comments whether the boons get shuffled back into the deck or they get banished. I'm pretty sure that the boon, if I don't acquire it, it gets banished. But I have to take 1d4 poison damage thanks to the Pleasure Barge. So Damiel takes 3 points of poison damage. So fortunately he has the Ubashti. He can recharge that to stop 1 point of damage, but he still will have to take another point of damage. And he'll take the lose the Viper for a point of damage, but since we did get poisoned, what's going to happen is that Damiel is going to have to take take the poison damage, and in level 4, if you take poison damage, you suffer not the curse of poisoning, but you suffer the curse of Daybane. So now Damiel has the curse of Daybane. So he does also have the soul stimulant in his hand. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and use the soul stimulant. So we're going to discard it, get rid of Curse of Daybane because we don't like it. We're going to reset Damiel's hand now. And we will advance the Blessings deck and explore. Okay, we get the Lightning Touch spell. What's cool about this spell is that it's an auto acquire for Damiel. His intelligence is D10 plus 3. So we auto acquire this spell. What we're going to do is we have a canteen in our hand. We're going to display the canteen because that's a pretty awesome card. We'll keep the Lightning Touch spell for now. Let's see. And I think the other hand's looking pretty good. I guess we'll toss the Lightning Touch spell. It's not really going to do us any good, so we can recharge our card. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the Blessings deck and explore. We get a Blessing of the Elements. So it's a all these 6 check. I'll do an intelligence check for Damiel. Adding +3 to this roll. Alright, we do acquire the Blessing of the Elements. Damiel doesn't have any blessings in his hand, so he's going to hold on to this one. And toss an Acid Flask. He's got 2 of those. Alright, advancing the Blessings deck, we get the Curse of Withering, unfortunately. So we have the Curse of Withering, which really sucks. And now we will explore. We get a Library Curator. So Intelligence Knowledge 8 or Charisma Diplomacy. Well, Damiel does have Intelligence at D10 plus. This is actually a pretty cool ally. So recharge this card, add 1 die to your Intelligence or Knowledge check. Interesting. So let's see. Right now, well, Damiel usually has Intelligence at D10, but thanks to the Curse of Withering, it's only a D8. The question is, does he want to use a blessing on this? No. Well, yeah, you know what? I don't want to take the poison damage, so I am going to use a blessing. 2d8, get to add 3 to this roll. Alright, so I rolled 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. So right on the dot. So we do acquire the Library Curator. Alright, so I can see where having this Curse of Withering is going to be problematic. Damiel does have... okay. Damiel does have a few items in his deck that would help him out. If he were to get them. Just trying to figure out what we should do here. I mean, Damiel's hand is pretty good. We're just going to keep it. We will advance the Blessings deck and explore. We get a Camel. Wisdom Survival 7. Well, there's no way Damiel can get that card, unfortunately, because his wisdom is just a d6. So the Camel is going to be banished, but we take 1d4 damage thanks to the Pleasure Barge. So we take 2 points of poison damage. Since we can't reduce it, we once again gain the Curse of Daybane. So we get 2 curses now. Have to take 2 points. I'll go ahead and lose the Library Curator and the Noxious Bomb. Alright, resetting Damiel's hand. And now we will advance the Blessings deck. Well, fortunately, Damiel picked up the Mumia. And what's cool is that I can banish this card to banish the displayed card that has a curse trait, and it gets to go on the Canteen, which is awesome. So Curse of Withering is gone. Since it's a Blessing of Pharasma, we can, since it's a Blessing of Pharasma, we are able to explore. We get the Effigy of Anubis. So let's see, Effigy of Anubis. It's Intelligence 10. It's a level 3 item, so we do want to acquire this card so we have something to trade to a trader. So basically we're just looking at, it's a trigger object, Magic Anubis. Those are the traits. It's going to be a straight up D10 check. Let's hope to roll a 7 or higher. And we rolled a 9. Awesome. So we acquired the Effigy of Anubis. When a character at your location defeats a monster that has the undead trait. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's useful, but we're going to toss it because I think Damiel needs some blessings. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of Ra, so we can explore due to Curse of Daybane. And we encounter the villain. Alright, the villain is a half-fiend Sphinx. It's a trigger, Outsider, Sphinx Inquisitor. It's checked to defeat Combat 20 or Divine 14. So we did not examine this card. Let's see, if defeated. It says here if your combat check to defeat does not have the attacker range trait, the difficulty is increased by 3. So I think, okay, well fortunately we do have a Chakram in our hand. So we can go ahead and, since Damiel is a mad scientist now, he can recharge your card that has the alchemical trait to add 2d4 to his combat check. So using the Chakram is going to be, assembling my dice here, the Chakram is going to be d10 plus a d8 plus 2 for our ranged skill. Then we are going to go ahead and we will recharge the fire lance. It has the alchemical trait, so we can add 2d4 to this check. Assembly my dice here. Then we do have the embalming fluid. We can add 2 and the poison trait. This Sphinx doesn't have any immunities, so we'll go ahead and use our embalming fluid, and that way, using the embalming fluid, we can go ahead and add +2 to the roll. So we're adding a total of +4 to this roll, and we're rolling 4 dice. We just need to roll a 20. So feeling pretty confident here. All right, so we rolled a 6, and a 6 is 12, and a 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19, +4 is 23. So we have defeated the half Sphinx. It says if defeated and the result of the check is to defeat is less than 25, each other character is dealt 1d4 poison damage. Well, fortunately, we it was over 25. Well, it says each other character is dealt 1d4 poison damage. I mean, honestly, I think I messed up that roll there. I know I had to check the defeat. I think it was over 25. But I'll have to review it. But as it is, it wouldn't have mattered with the outcome anyway. The half fiend Sphinx is defeated. We get our cards back. The pleasure barge location is closed. Alright, so that's pretty exciting. I kind of like that location. It's pretty, has a lot of challenges here. So let's go ahead and we will do a comprehensive deck check for Damiel. I mean, he did acquire a lot of cool new items. So we are going to be going off to visit a trader. So he has a fire lance there. This is a really cool ally he has. That's the blessings he has. Oh wow, all of his blessings were coming up. He had them at the bottom of his deck for some reason. So, let's see what's he got. Acid flask. So yeah, he's got a new ally, a new item. So he's got plenty of stuff to trade to a trader. He has a spell, but we're going to toss the spell right away. No trader's going to want it since it's a basic level. Alright, and he's got an old doggy there. Good old poison doggy. So the reward for this scenario was that Damiel did unlock this trader. This is an interesting trader because he offers weapons that have the ranged trait. So those kind of weapons are the weapons that Damiel is interested in. We also gained some loot for that scenario. The loot that we gained was this armor. So let me go ahead and show you what the armor was. So Damiel did acquire this armor as the reward for the scenario. Let me zoom in there for you. The Bronze Sentinel. So it says here, display this card to explore your location. During this exploration, add 1d12 to your strength checks or 2d12 if professional with heavy armors. And reduce all damage dealt to you by 0. At the end of this exploration, you may see a craft 13 check to discard it, otherwise bury it. Well, Damiel does have the craft. His craft is d10 plus 5. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, I kind of like it. You have to kind of like set up, to do some exploration to see when you want it. And it is a level 4 treasure. So, as it is, Damiel's going to say, think about it. But we do want to go to our pal, Falsine Deek. We are interested. There's one item that Damiel really wants. And once we get it, I'll show it to you. It's basically the Scarab Sand. He's on a quest to get Scarab Sand treasure from Falsine Deek. That's what he wants. So let's go ahead. Rolling a d20 here. So 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so starting from here. Let's see if Falsine Deek what's Falsine Deek got for Damiel. It's feeling pretty good. So here's exactly what he wanted: the Scarab Sand and Bloodroot Poison. Okay, so Falsine Deek has got some great items for Damiel, and we are definitely going to keep this one. Let me zoom in there. So there it is, the Scarab Sand. Falsine Deke is offering it. We're going to trade him the Bronze Sentinel, and we're also going to trade him probably the Anubis Effigy, because I don't think we're going to really, I mean, it's an item. Damiel just wants alchemical items. So we're trading Falsine Deke, the Anubis Effigy, and the Bronze Sentinel to get the Scarab Sand. That means we'll have to lose the item from our item slot. Probably going to be Noxious Bomb. But this card is awesome. Banish this card and bury a card to add 1d12 to your check against a monster by a character at your location. Add 1d6 if the monster has the undead trait. If it has the mummy trait, we can add another 2d6. So that's probably a game changer right there, and that is pretty awesome. So, and that's what Damiel has. Alright, well, Damiel's going to be quite the powerhouse when he defeats mummies now in the future. Of course, if he has the right card. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. It was an awesome adventure, and I will have another scenario up shortly. Thank you.